Yo, what is going on, guys? This is your boy TrevCL, and today we are here for the premiere of UBC Week 1. Now, I know I didn't really make a draft analysis for this league. Reason for that is, I don't know, it's just been, the last week or so has been hectic. I did plan to upload a draft analysis, but then, it just didn't happen. I don't know, it's just been the last few weeks I haven't really felt like recording, but I'm hopefully going to get into quite a bit of a recording phase, as I've got a lot of draft analysis to upload between GPC, TVU, stuff like that, and then also those leagues are starting up soon. Those uploads will be starting up soon, as well as NPL Week 1 that goes up tomorrow. So yeah, that'll be exciting. So one thing is that this is a late by a day. I know it's always sucks to have the first week late, and this isn't the way I wanted to start off, uploading for the UBC, but hopefully from now on I can do a little bit better. Another thing is that since this is already late, I probably will make this pretty short. Probably won't. I might not even put any music in. I'm not sure on that. So, I mean, you guys will know if I don't have music in there or not. I do not at this current moment. So, yeah. So, Week 1 we play Will, also known as WillTheRNGLord, and his team is very spooky. As you can see, he has a Crobat, Tapu Koko, Jirachi, Mega Doom, Garchomp, and Tangrowth. He also had a couple other things like Stonefisk, Hitmontop, Alamamola. I believe he had one pretty spooky thing that he could have also brought. Let me just check real quick to see what else he could have brought. Sorry about this, guys. But let's see. Oh, okay. I have not accessed the UBC doc in a while. This spot. Okay, there we go. Found it. All right. So he also had things like he had Mence. That's a spooky Pokemon. And then I believe his last thing was Coughing. So, Coughing is obviously the biggest threat. I'm really glad he didn't bring Coughing, because I probably would have just been 6-0'd at Team Preview. But, he still brought a pretty spooky team, even without the Coughing. I'm pretty scared. Like, actually, in all seriousness, in team building, this team was pretty terrifying to build for. Definitely one of the better teams in the league. So I got to give Will kudos for a good draft. But what I'm bringing is a speedy Spadef Zebstrika, or mixed defense Zebstrika actually, a fully Spadef Vaporeon, a Stealth Rock offensive Life Orb Clefable, a Fizdef Shaman, a Calm Mind. Is it Calm Mind? No, actually it's Roost 3 attacks Micheladios, and then a Flying MZ, Hurricane, Heatwave Tailwind, and Toxic Tornadus T. So I just decided that Torn T is my best lead, as it has the best. It beats 5 out of his 6 possible lead matchups. Everything except Tapu Koko, and I can possibly get off a powerful Hurricane or Supersonic Sky Strike. Alliteration is hard to say. But yeah, so I'm going to lead off with my Torn, as he actually goes ahead and leads off with his Crobat. So here, I almost went for the Z Hurricane, as he turns out to be Bandit Bat, which I kind of expected. But I just decided to go for the straight Hurricane, because I'm assuming that his Tangrowth is going to be a Spadef AV variant. So I decided that saving my Flying MZ for that is crucial. And because of that, I missed my Hurricane. Now, the Hurricane would not have killed. However, it would have meant that I would have probably put more pressure on getting rocks up. And then I would have had rocks up for some of his team. But right now, because Crobat's such a big threat, I don't want to give it the free switch in on my Clefable. So I don't pressure putting rocks as much to make sure that the Crobat is dead. So right here, I'm just going to, I believe, go into my Zebstrika, yes, as I actually don't even know if I could have taken 2 Bandit Brave Birds, probably not, because Zebstrika is kind of frail. As he doubles into Jirachi, I go for the Volt Switch, as he goes for Hidden Power Ground. He told me he was very scared of the Heatran, so right here I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball as he fires off a T-Wave. So I do have Heal Bell on my Vaporeon, so not all is lost. But here he's going to go into the Koko as I go into Vaporeon, expecting the Iron Head. As he goes for HP Ground with his Koko, expecting the Zebstrika, but here I'm going to go into my Shaman as he goes for the Dazzling Gleam and does quite a bit, revealing that he is Life Orb Koko. So quite a bit of damage there. And right here I'm going to go into Zebstrika, expecting the Volt Switch, and I get the Lightning Rod as he goes for the Dazzling Gleam right there. And I go for the Toxic, just Toxicing this Tapu Koko, which is very important because this is the biggest threat to my team right now. And here, all right, I'm gonna be real. I made a misplay here myself, but I also don't quite get his play. I'm not gonna lie from here. So right here, I'm gonna switch out, expecting the Dazzling Gleam as he actually goes for the Volt Switch. So again, I think I should have just stayed in with Zebstrika because Zebstrika was there for the Tapu Koko, and I pretty much got a good amount of damage off with Life Orb and Toxic. If he had gone for Dazzling Gleam, he would have taken another round of Toxic. So that would have been very hurtful towards him. So another round of Toxic, another Life Orb hit. And honestly, like, again, Zebstrika wasn't useful, but at the same time, I don't really get his play of, I don't see why the prediction was necessary. I guess because he didn't want to take more toxic damage, but if I had stayed in and like clicked Overheat or even Volt Switch, I could have possibly put him in range of a lot on my team, like pretty much any attack on my team, maybe even like a Rock Switchins and Life Orb Switchins, or Life Orb hit. So not gonna lie, I don't get the play on his part, but it worked out, I guess. He gets off a good amount of damage on my Vaporeon as he goes into Make a Doom, and here he's just going to set up the Nasty Plot. I'm going to go for the Wish, and this is very scary because if he gets a flinch, the game's not over because I still have Torn that can Z Hurricane, but I would really like to get a Scald off. So now it's in range of just, it's still like I still would probably click Z Hurricane with Torn, but like now it's definitely in range. And I could have really just gone for a Wish and then a Protect. And then I could have just sacked off my Zebstrika. In fact, that might have been my best play. But here I'm just going to go for the Heal Bell as he goes for Rocks with his Garchomp. And I'm going to switch out into my Shaman. Probably should have switched straight out into... actually, no, I made the good play. So here I should have probably gone straight into my... Mega Latios, expecting the SD. Just because he was Rocks doesn't mean he didn't have SD. So, that's a common set. So right here, I'm going to go for the Toxic as he goes for the Declaw. And right here, I'm just going to decide. I decide that Shaman is kind of worth keeping because if I can Synthesis up against the Tangrowth, I can possibly live some take on the Koko again. As he goes for makes another kind of prediction, goes for Earthquake. I don't really get that one that much either because like I had a couple flying types that could have switched in, but it didn't really matter there. So here I go for the Draco, and then I finish him up with a Shadow Ball. And next up is his Crobat. So his Crobat is very spooky. Brave Bird will do a ton to me, so I'm just going to sack off my Shaman as he goes for the Brave Bird. Interesting that he didn't go for the what's the word? What was it? He didn't go for the U-turn. But right here, I have a choice between Rocks and Thunderbolt. I click Thunderbolt just because I have the chance to lose, just straight up lose the Crobat if I click Rocks. But looking back, really wish I would have clicked. I could have gotten Rocks up earlier with this Clef. As I go for the Life Orb Moonblast, and that does reveal that he is a really Spadef AV Tangrowth. So right here, my best play is just clicking Psychic Latios, as his best play is Sludge Bomb, which does nothing because I am a super fat Mega Latios. Right here, I'm just going to Roost up and then go for another Psychic as he goes for a Sludge Bomb. and gets the poison. Now that poison is really huge, and you know, it's not like the worst thing in the world, because like I'm not going to complain too much because it is a 30% chance, and he did go for it 3 times, so technically like it was in his favor to get one out of 3 tries. So right here he's going to go into guard chomp as I roost, and I'm just going to kill him off with the Draco. So Mega Latios is doing quite a bit of work as he goes into Coco, and right here he's going to go for the Volt Switch. I believe I go for the Psychic, just because I knew it could do a lot of damage to his, it could still do a lot of damage to his Tangrowth. So right here, I think I have a way of winning, and that is to Toxic Stall the Tapu Koko, because right now it's revealed Hidden Power, Dazzling Gleam, and Volt Switch. So right here I'm thinking that he has Thunderbolt as his last move, is my thought process. And so what I probably should have done is click Roost and like stall out the Tangrowth, because I could have taken one Life Orb hit from the Coco if need be. And right here he reveals the Roost, and luckily I do get a Spit F drop, but that Roost really caught me off guard for a number of reasons. Because now it's, depending on what happens right here, it's going to force a 50-50 between Protect and Scald. Now right here, what I should have done was I should have protected, because as you can see, let me go back up a few turns. Let's see. So he went for Roost, took 1 round of Toxic, took 2 rounds, 3 rounds. So he's taken 3 rounds of Toxic. So what I should have done was click Protect, because no matter what, if I get one Protect off, if I get a Protect off after Roost, he'll be at around 61, and then he'll take the 4th round of Toxic, which will do 24. And then I can't remember if he kills me, if that in the game ends, if that means he still takes another round of Toxic. I can't remember. But if he did, then that would end in a 0-0. But either way, Protect was probably my best play in hopes of getting a double Protect. Just because either 1, I win the 50-50 on the first one, or 2, I get the 50-50 chance of killing him on the second one. So, yeah, I think double Protect was my play. Or just Protect was my play. And here I go for Scald, as he does win the 50-50. And kills me with Volt Switch and lives on 1, so we don't even get the 0-0 tie, and that's unfortunate. So, not the way I wanted to start off week 1. Will made some interesting plays and had some interesting team building aspects, but you know, he did win the game. He did draft a really good team, so it's not like I'm saying that anything bad about him, but you know, I'm kind of curious about the reasoning behind the Coco, because you know, I didn't have much for Mega Doom, so I felt like Spit F Vaporeon was kind of an expected bring, and I felt like, you know, with Volt Switch, if he had Electric Terrain up, he would be doing like 75 max. If he didn't have it, then I could just literally stall him out. I could, if I was full HP, I could even stall it out in Electric Terrain. But you know, it worked out. He got me with some of his plays. He got me with some of his team building, and you know, we just gotta move on from here. But we do start off 0-1, but only a 1-0 loss, so not the worst. I don't know if I'll make any changes to my team in the foreseeable future, just because there are a couple things that are lacking, I feel. And next week, hopefully, I will have a better quality upload, as well as be on time, as well as showing you the rest of my team, because I know I didn't show you, because I think I have 3 or 4 more members on my team I didn't even show you. So yeah, look forward to that, guys, and look forward to week 1 of the NPL tomorrow. That's going to be exciting. We could play my good friend Jolt, who we always play in odd seasons week 1, and you know, season 7 is no different, so look forward to that. But I've rambled on enough. This has been your good boy TrevCL, and I'm signing out. Peace, guys.